Auston Matthews! Auston Matthews! Hit him with the 4 like Auston Matthews! And I'm not going to pretend to make the sound effect after that, but Auston Matthews is one of the remaining Toronto Maple Leafs post-Core 4 era. And I say that like a good chunk of the team isn't coming back from last season to this year. No, it is most of the team remaining the same, with a few additions and subtractions here and there. But of course, we all recognize that the biggest shift in the Toronto Maple Leafs from last year to this year is the fact that their number 1 point scorer in Mitch Marner is going to be replaced. Maybe not directly in terms of point production or line deployment, but Marner is out. And in exchange, you've got guys like Nick Waugh, Matias Maccelli, Dakota Joshua, Michael Pezzetta, all coming in here and essentially replacing the monetary gap that Marner's absence leaves in Toronto's wake. But still, with the Maple Leafs are the other guys in the core 4. Nylander, Matthews, and Tavares are all with the Leafs, Tavares signing a much cheaper deal than what he had had previously. But Auston Matthews is the captain of Toronto at this point, and we have ourselves a new interview from the man himself as to what he feels about in regards to Mitch Marner and Marner's departure from the team. I'm going to leave a link in the description to this article posted by Sportsnet staff at sportsnet.ca talking about how Auston Matthews will obviously miss Marner. He goes out there and addresses the departure of Mitch, number 16. Let's go out there and read some of the commentary and where exactly this is coming from. It's safe to say there are no hard feelings between Auston Matthews and Mitch Marner post-split. The Toronto Maple Leafs captain spoke ahead of Hockey Night in Brampton on Wednesday, making his first public address since Marner joined the Vegas Golden Knights. "We'll obviously miss him," Matthews said of his longtime teammate. "He's a great friend and a great teammate." Man, that is kind of sentimental, honestly. Like, when I visually saw the quote, I was like, okay, yeah, of course he goes out there and says great friend, great teammate. But when I say it out loud, I'm like, yeah, no. Matthews, I don't know if he's like hurting or anything. I mean, if you watch the video, he seems as peppy as ever, but Matthews and Marner, they made their debuts, both of them, during the 2016-17 season. They both made the all-rookie team after being drafted a year apart. Marner was selected 4th overall in 2015, before Matthews was taken 1st overall 1 year later. The fact that these guys were brought up in the Toronto Maple Leafs system at the same time, and they debuted at the same time, Auston Matthews got his first 4 goals in the NHL at the same time Marner was a rookie. I mean, this was a really, really interesting, inspiring, and exciting time for Toronto Maple Leafs fans heading into what would have inevitably been a playoff berth against the Washington Capitals. Sure, they lost in 6 games, but they went from worst to playoffs from that time. It was a really big deal that they finished so poorly in the 2015-16 standings to actually making the dance the next year, and it was supposed to be the beginning of a brand new era. To be honest, I think it was. Like, it was a new era. It's just an era defined by a bunch of losses and playoff disappointments, but let's go back over to the article anyways. Here is the clip. Dave McCarthy posts it on Twitter. It was included in the article. Auston Matthews got a raucous welcome from a packed house at Hockey Night in Brampton. As rookies, Matthews and Marner helped turn what was a 29-win team the year prior into a 40-win club that snapped a 3-year playoff drought. And while Matthews and Marner found plenty of regular season success since then, 3 50-plus win seasons, 4 combined All-Star nods, and 2 division titles, there was little postseason success to show for it. Despite making 9 consecutive playoff berths while being led by the duo, the Maple Leafs advanced past the first round just twice, and failed to move any further both times. All of which led to Marner's departure this offseason, as he made the move to Las Vegas in a sign-and-trade deal that inked him to an 8-year, $96 million contract extension with the Golden Knights. That's kind of the business side of it. That's tough, Matthews added, but obviously I wish him nothing but the best. We'll just keep it moving. None of which, however, has the 27-year-old feeling any less enthusiastic about the year ahead. Of course, I mean, what did you expect? It's not like Auston Matthews is going to go out there and totally lambaste Marner in the public eye in front of thousands of fans watching this video broadcast at home and dozens more in the arena. But that's a very vanilla, Toronto-based, media-trained answer, so let's continue here. Matthews speaks about the Toronto Maple Leafs. He says he's feeling good. A lot of changes, but feeling excited about the guys we brought in, and obviously excited about the guys that we have. Matthews said as he prepared to take the ice for Canada's largest charity hockey game at the CAA Centre. I know we have a great team and great group of guys in the locker room, so looking forward to getting started. Guys are going to have to take some steps, but I think that's a good thing, a good problem to have, so I'm really looking forward to it. The article then dives into Matthew Knies, how the 22-year-old is coming off a career-best 58-point showing in his third NHL season. The young winger ranked 4th on the Maple Leafs roster for goals and 5th in points as Toronto finished with a 52-26-4 record, en route to a 7-game second-round playoff exit against the inevitable back-to-back champs in the Florida Panthers. Now, this is where things get kind of interesting. The article dives into the same Olympic stuff that we have been talking about the past few days here. Earlier in the week, it was announced that Knies, along with Matthews, had been named to USA Hockey's list of players invited to the country's men's orientation camp for the Winter Olympics in February 2026. When the Leafs captain was asked about his NHL teammate earning an invite, he had nothing but praise for Knies, who previously represented the red, white, and blue at the 2022 Olympics in Beijing before NHL players were allowed to participate again. That's crazy. Like, yeah, Matthew Knies was a collegiate hockey player at that time, and he was eligible to play for Team USA at the Olympics in 2022. He is the guy with Olympic experience versus Auston Matthews, who does not have any. Knies, for your information, had 2 points in 4 games for Team USA. And did they end up winning anything? Who won the gold medal that year? 2022. Oh boy, this is really testing my hockey knowledge. Was it Finland? Slovakia? I do not remember. But anyways, a lot of these guys might not be in the conversation anymore. I mean, Teemu Hartikainen, is he going to make Team Finland? Probably not. I mean, who knows if he is good enough. It's just, I think the NHL might have enough Finns to go around. But anyways, this is what Matthews said here. I've talked to Knies a little bit, and I think it's well-deserved. I mean, he's a great player, and he's still just coming into his own, and is only going to get better. So I know he's really looking forward to the opportunity, obviously. It'll be a good time for, I think, everybody to just get together and be in that kind of atmosphere with a bunch of other really good players. How much either Marner's departure or prepping for the upcoming Olympics will impact Matthews or the Maple Leafs in 25-26 is yet to be seen. But for what it's worth, he does not appear to be too concerned. I don't think so. Every year going into it, I want to be focused. I want to be ready to compete from the get-go, Matthews said, when asked if his mindset may have shifted heading into next season. With camp and everything, and obviously we've got a lot of changes, like I said, but I don't think the mindset really changes. Have to be focused. Be willing to obviously do whatever it takes to win. Obviously, it's a hard league to win in, and for us, it's not getting too far ahead of ourselves too. Stay in the moment, and making sure that we can just take care of the day. So at the end of the day, Auston Matthews seems to be in as good of a place as ever, despite talking about how much he misses Marner and that him and his team will obviously not forget about how great of a teammate and how great of a guy he was. You can let me know in the comments whether or not you agree or disagree with that. Okay, pause. I'm apologetic for that. Sorry. Marner could be the best guy in the world, but definitely his on-ice habits and his media interviews and his money demands will get in the way of whatever opinions Leafs fans have about him. But let me know your thoughts in the comment section below. How do you feel about Auston Matthews' commentary on Mitch Marner and how he says he's going to miss the guy? Do you think the Maple Leafs are going to have a good season? How many points do you think Matthews ends up scoring? And what are your thoughts in the upcoming Olympics? Let me know in the comments all your opinions. I hope you enjoyed this video. And bye.